Shalom, I want to begin the lesson off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Akakudash. Double blessing and honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, taught me this truth. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, back her with another lesson through the spirit, man. Gonna make this one quick. I don't have much to say. I'm looking for a topic and was kind of struggling, didn't know what I wanted to talk about. Then I came across a post from the elder brother Hawad from GMS, North Carolina, 777. I did see this, however, though. I don't want to play it because of fair use, but Trump administration puts $50 million bounty on Venezuelan President Maduro. And if you're all aware, Venezuela is Venezuela has the most oil resources out of any country in the world, I'm pretty sure, right? It says Venezuela has the largest proven oil reserves in the world. It has an estimated 303 billion barrels of crude oil, which I'm not sure if that's the reason why he put a hit on them. But as you can see, America, it was set up like that. It does not have natural resources like that, man. Terrible land over here, which is why they always putting sanctions on other countries and calling them terrorists and going in and deleting them and all that stuff just to take their resources. That's a topic for another day, though. But I'm gonna go ahead and look through these real quick and pull out some precepts concerning it. So it says, a black girl's worst nightmare. And I was watching a lesson earlier today from the elder apostle Tahar. And it says another reason to stay away from these chaos goblins, which is a new term that he's starting to call. You know, he used to call them hyenas and stuff like that, which is kind of funny to me. But he was going in Isaiah 4:1 in that video, and even in this video as well. So you should go check those out, because we were coming upon that time, man. Even the video I watched from Arrows of Indignation yesterday was talking about that, man. So it's just been on the brother's spirit heavy recently, which is this one. I watched this one right after the lesson I made last night, and I mentioned Isaiah 4:1 in that lesson too, even though it wasn't the topic of discussion. It kind of went into that as well, as far as them needing protection and whatnot. And I seen that precept in the book of 2nd Ezra 15, I want to say, where it talks about the mighty man perishing in war. So I gotta find that, but let me go ahead and read this, man. It says, a black girl's worst nightmare. It's a thought bubble. She said she's thinking to herself, he came home stressed, so I ran the bath, lit the candles, and shut my mouth. Right? And coming from a household where my parents were married for well over 10 years, damn near 20 years, pretty much majority of my lifetime, I never seen my mother do anything like this, right? And that's not to say she was a bad wife or a bad mother, but Jake women treat their husbands very differently than the other nations, and that is a part of the curses, which I'll bring that up real quick. And you all are aware my pops is Hadabi Abad, controversy of Zion page. If you all don't know that, go check out his page. Let me just pull it up. This is his page. I know that his old account had got deleted, but this is his page. And if y'all think I'm capping, he will confirm it for you. At least I don't recall this. And if it did happen, I wasn't old enough to remember. But nonetheless, man, our women definitely have an evil eye towards us, and that is a fact. This is the book. Salaki. Let me see. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 56. And it reads, wait, Salaki, let me get this real quick. Let me see something. Oh yeah, verse 56. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter, and toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet, and toward her children which she shall bear, for she shall eat them for want of all things, secretly in the siege and straitness, wherewith thine enemy shall distress thee in thy gates. And even in Genesis 3 and 16, I want to say that is, our women have a very masculine spirit on them. I'm not saying that's all Jake women, but it's really the Southern Kingdom women are the worst when it comes to that type of stuff. For some reason, some of it is generational trauma, right? Which is why they have these spirits on them and whatnot. Some of it is whoredom. I can't say all Jake women are like that, but majority of them are like that. Which is why the elder apostles and the elder brothers always tell us to go after other women. Now, there's nothing wrong with having a Jake woman, but just know that there are things that can't come with it. And just be careful and conscious of how you move, right? Or how you use discernment, man, really. Use your wisdom and discernment. If you think that she's a decent woman, then by all means go ahead. She treats you well and whatnot. But off rip, these other nations women, it's a reason why they always are getting married younger, starting their families, and really cleave to their husbands because they know how to be feminine. Our women like to be aggressive. They like to be niggas. I don't want to say niggas, but they kind of grow up faster in a different way than these other nation women. It says, the most tender and delicate woman among you, so delicate she will not so much as touch the ground with her foot, will be selfish toward the husband she loves and toward her own son or daughter. Right? That's our women. I was even thinking this yesterday, man. Women are selfish and men are selfless for the most part, right? A lot of the women in this generation always think about what you can do for them, what you can do for them, what you can do for them. And the main reason why I thought that was because of this other lesson that Arrows of Indignation posted that I was watching last night, where this Jake woman literally left her family. This Jake woman left her family to go to another city and live a life on her own. And now tell me that's not selfish. Left her husband and her children. But if a man did some shit like that, he would be bashed across the internet and would probably be in jail. It says, but y'all be waiting for a proposal before y'all show softness, right? And really it's a blessing to get a woman, a virtuous woman, right, from the Lord. It says, blessed, this is Ecclesiastes 26:1. It says, blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be double. A virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace. A good wife is a good portion which shall be given to the portion of them that fear the Lord. Right? So it is a blessing if you have a situation like that going on. Your woman is a representation of yourself. So no one wants a woman that's going to go out and embarrass him, tarnish his name, his image. But the women in this generation don't understand that, man. They don't have any shame about themselves, right? A girl that I mess with right now, she sent me a video talking about I want to do this TikTok trend. And I flat out told her no. In the video, it was a dude and his girl washing her car, and the girl was shaking her ass in the video. Why would I want to do some shit like that? That's embarrassing that as a man, you would let your woman get on the internet and do some shit like that. Honestly speaking. But that is the mindset of the women nowadays, man. Which I wasn't really even tripping off it like that, because yeah, that's all I gotta say, man. She's not one of those. But anyways, it says a black girl's worst nightmare. He said he just wanted peace, so I gave him silence, steak, and a perfectly pressed shirt. But y'all said you don't submit unless he's your husband, right? And if you are sleeping with a woman, right, which if she's a virgin, by the book she is your wife. If you come into a woman, she is your wife, right? If she's a virgin. Nowadays, majority of these women are not virgins. So if you do come into a woman, she is your wife, your responsibility, right? Technically. Well, not technically according to the book, but if you look at it like that, man. Because she is yours, right? You know what I'm saying? You're taking her, you humble her. She's yours now, right? You gotta look over her or whatnot. Or if you know what I'm saying, desire her for concubine duties, you do that as well. But you don't have many women out here who are like this anymore, who play the wife role while they're quote unquote a girlfriend, even though she is your wife because you fucking her. But the man is expected to play a husband role while he's a quote unquote boyfriend, right? And you see how those two roles are not treated equally or treated fairly, right? It's not the same expectations. Because if you tell a woman that you don't want her to do this or do that, especially the women of our out of Israel, out of Jake, majority of them are going to call you insecure, all these other things, you're hating and whatnot, right? When that's really not even your intentions. And I say more so the Jake woman, Southern Kingdom, because Northern Kingdom women have a little bit better qualities about themselves, especially even in their home bringing and their upbringing. If you look at the Latino households, their mothers raised them differently than a Jake mother will, right? They're more traditional and oriented around family, and sometimes you see a little bit more modesty out of them, depending on their upbringing. You don't see that a lot anymore with Jake women because they've been corrupted, right, by this world and by the society. It says a silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. And that's Ecclesiastes 26:14. Nobody wants to dwell with a loud, contentious woman. These are a few things that you look for in a woman, man. Because men don't require much at all. As long as you bring me peace, you show me loyalty, and you follow my lead. That's really all I ask for, because other than that, you know what I'm saying? Like, these women are starting to realize now that these men, a lot of men are starting to turn from simps are starting to turn away from that simp mentality, because they're realizing, what's the point of chasing a woman? What's the point of chasing a woman? Right? What's the point of chasing her? What's the point of doing all of this when you're the one who holds more value? Because you can do all of these other things and not need a woman. Like I say, the most peace I've had was when I do all by myself. But when I was dealing with a woman, there wasn't much peace that I got, because these women don't bring peace. Not the ones in this society, or at least the ones I mess with, because majority of the ones I mess with were Jake women. So I just wanted to bring y'all something real quick, man. I know I didn't have too much to bring out today, but the Wadi Yahweh Shimei Shah was able to make a couple lessons yesterday. With that being said, Lord willing, the lesson was edifying to those out there listening and watching. And I'm going to close it off there. Let me make sure I didn't want to pull out anything else. Yeah, silent and loving woman is a gift for the Lord, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. A shamefast and faithful woman is a double grace, and her continent mind cannot be valued, right? Our women are so in rejection of being submissive, because they look at it as a bad thing or a harsh thing. Yet we're in subjection to Yahweh Shai. And Yahweh Shai is in subjection to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh. So subjection is not a bad thing at all. And very soon, that mindset that these women have is going to cease to exist, y'all. Okay? It's going to cease to exist. They're going to be running, and they're going to be scrambling for a man to protect them very soon. Very, very soon. So all you have to do, brothers, is keep bettering yourself, keep elevating and being patient. And the women are going to start coming, like the elder apostles say, that you're going to literally be fighting women off, bro. If you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you're going to be fighting women off. That shit's going to come later. That's not our focus. We got bigger and better things to focus on. That's just an added feature. If it's a plus for you, it's a plus. If it's a minus for you, it's a minus. It's however you want to go about it. But we're not worried about that right now, right? Because these women, hey, you pray about it, the Lord will bless you with something good. If that's what you desire. But with that, I'm going to close it off there. Call halal Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem HaKadosh. Double blessing and honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. And until next time, I say Shalom Israel, Shalom. And as always, we're one day close to the kingdom, man. Shalom. Hey, Shabbat Shalom, man. It's the Sabbath tonight. Shalom.